So hello everyone, I'm Dr. Libby Kemkaran and we're back for a bit more Tame Your Brain. And I know you're not really here to see me at all, you're just here to see these cute little kittens. So let's return to our kitten Huddle Puddle from yesterday. I'm just going to pop that there and see if she'll let me. Hi Mama. So today I'm going to go deeper into this first human need of certainty. And so you can see with our kitten Huddle Puddle, they're getting stronger already. They're all feeding beautifully, grown overnight. In the last 24 hours, they've started vocalising more and moving really well. For those of you joining in today for the first time, by way of introduction, I'm a vet and a mum, but I also hold a degree in behaviour, specifically the neural mechanisms of behaviour. And I'm fascinated by what makes us behave the way we do, and a lot of it is just the way you're wired. But here's the good news. When we get an understanding, a clear understanding of what triggers us and how we have these predetermined responses, we can change and we can challenge those responses and we can reshape them and come up with something a bit more healthful for us. And obviously we have never needed that more than right now, because we are getting a bit tired and we've been living on adrenaline for too long in this situation of novel threat, and our bodies can't really cope with that. So it's like we're living through a massive social experiment in a situation that none of us has faced before. And that's this novel threat, which is something, let's be blunt, actually has a mortal threat attached. There's an actual chance of death, which, as we watch these cute kittens to distract us all and let our brains calm down for a bit, I'm just going to explain a little bit about what your brain wiring has been up to as we've crashed on and on through this last 2 months of intense stress. So novel threats are particularly hideous to us because we have no stored map. We have no answer to that big question of what does this mean? So we can't run the next software piece of so what do I do? So our brain goes frantically searching, what do I do, what do I do? And there's just nothing, there's no map. So we have to create each time, and we lose this certainty piece, as we talked about yesterday, in how we work, how we are with our partners, where our kids are. Really basic things like going to Tesco's, for goodness sake. They're so very different and our brains have no map for this. So we've got all these questions without solutions as well, such as how long will this go on for, and what happens to that holiday I booked, and what will it get to look like on the other side when this is over, and you know, who's going to die? And we've got no answers, and that's incredibly taxing for us. So instead we have to make it up as we go along, and that's really stressful, and that uses up a hell of a lot of oxygenated glucose, your brain's fuel. So we all reacted in different ways when this hit. Some went into denial, oh it's just like the flu. Some went into anger. I saw a lot of Facebook wars kicking off, as suddenly everyone was an epidemiologist. Others went into bargaining. I'll see just this person and go to just this shop but not that one. And then you get to depression, and then you get to acceptance. And these are standard phases of a Kubler-Ross scale. It's actually about grieving, and it's a well-known phenomenon that we go through these stages. But it just feels incredibly disorientating and really crazy making. But your poor old brain is literally just running some software behind your eyes, and it's trying to save you. Because here's the thing, our brains are designed to pull you out of the way of a threat or fight a threat. And so you've got this tiny bit in your limbic brain called the amygdala, and it kicks off massively when faced with a saber-toothed tiger. So it's great at saving you, it pushes adrenaline, your leg muscles tense, the blood rushes from your stomach because digestion is a bit pointless, so you feel a bit sick, you get butterflies, your heart races, your breathing changes, you're ready to run. And as I'm saying that, how many of you recognise perhaps experiencing some of those feelings in the last couple of months where your body is just taken over, and then we get the crash on the other side where we want to sleep all the time or eat all the time or drink all the time. And those responses are great, they're really good for tigers, they're no good for this particular threat. And nor are they any good for living in the long term. To be in this amygdala hijack mode is just not healthy for us. And this tiger is going nowhere. We are likely to be under threat for a while, so you've got to understand what that threat looks like, and you've got to understand how that threat needs to almost be reshaped by our brains. So I'm really glad that you're here today, yes you, because you've taken time to come and watch kittens, and prioritising your health is massively important. Rewiring you is massively important. You know when that plane's going down and they say fit your own oxygen mask first? Yeah, that's now. And if you don't look after you, you cannot look after everyone around you. And let's just say it out loud. We have to recognise the fact we might be getting a bit worn out, a bit jaded, and a little bit knackered, a bit tired of all the cooking and planning. Yeah, me too. And we've got to take care of ourselves mentally so that we can get through this. So a little thought experiment for you. If you could change one thing in this next week to get more of a sense of certainty about one part of your life, what would that be? Just have a think for me and come up with something that matters to you, and then you can drop me a line and commit to it, because there's really something powerful about committing, and you can put it in the comments or if you prefer, but there's something powerful about being held to account, and when we say something out loud, it means you're so much more likely to do it. So you have to think about that. I'm going to go in and grab a kitten. Let me see which one is finished feeding and ready for a hug. I think that one down there is possibly our win. And it's going to stitch me up, no doubt. Yeah, it is. Come on, kitty. So this is little Penguin. And Penguin is the second born that we had a look at. I know, we had a look at yesterday. And you can see fattening up nicely. Back in with Mama. And you can see down there, the smudgy nosed one is poking its head out, absolutely completely conked out, totally happy. I don't want to disturb them by putting it out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more photos for you later and post those. And so I'm going to sign off now, and I'm just going to say, guys, again, thank you for watching. I'll be coming back tomorrow and we'll be doing more on the second human need, which is twinned with this one, because certainty is a really important piece. But because humans are contrary beasts, we're going to be talking about variety and what that means and how it affects all of us, and what we can do to build in some fun back to this, because it gets all a bit scary sometimes, but this will finish. It's the 3 Ps. No problem is permanent, pervasive, or personal. So we'll be coming back to think about that, and we'll also be giving you a little trick, which is a neural circuitry calming mechanism about breathing, really important. And if you're aware of mindfulness, it comes from that school of thought as well. And it sounds so basic, just breathe. But there is real neurobiochemistry around it, and I'll go through that with you tomorrow. And that's a really good tip that we'll cover off. So thanks for coming, stay well, I'll see you soon.